Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Education, Ms. Shaniel Hussein Autar, Deputy Chief Education Officers, Directors in the Ministry of Education, Chief Planning Officer, Deputy Chief Planning Officer, other senior officers of the Ministry of Education, officers of the Ministry of Education, invitees, students, performers, a pleasant good morning. Pleasant good morning. So over the weekend, there was a little quote that I want to share with you. As a matter of fact, it was an expression that said, if you think we're done, we're now getting started. And so on Saturday, we wrapped up the children's leg of the competition, of the Mashramani competition, and now we're kicking off the adult leg of the Mashramani competition. It so happens that we still have amongst us a number of youngsters who are going to keep us entertained. And so I want to get right into the program. I'm your chairperson for today, Marty D'Souza, Deputy Chief Education Officer. We're going to begin today's launch of the Ministry of Education's Adult March Band. I'm going to invite the Bishop's High School to render us a steel pan piece. So, Bishops, it's over to you. That was the Bishop's High steel pan rendition. We have another, or are we okay? Okay. As we launch this band, we got to know a little bit more about it before we get back into some entertainment. And so our chief designer will be telling us a little bit more about the band. He'll be giving us an overview. So if Mr. Nielsen Nurse is in the house, I would just like to invite him to tell us a little bit more about what this band will be like. So please welcome Mr. Nielsen Nurse. Okay, he's still getting ready. No problem at all. So we'll ask the Bishop's High to give us one more rendition before we welcome Mr. Nurse. So Bishops. Let's give it up for the Bishop's High. Don't worry, everything's gonna be all right, and we're now getting started. And so, before, well, we'd asked originally for Mr. Nielsen Norris to tell us a little bit more about this band. He is our chief designer, so I'd like to invite Mr. Nielsen Norris to make his way up and tell us a little bit more about this band. Please welcome Mr. Norris.
Hi, good morning, everyone. Welcome to the launch of the Ministry of Education Mash Band 2025. Um, well, like usually, I'm a man of very few words, but this year I actually took the opportunity to want to explain a little bit about the band. This year, we're actually going to play a lot when it comes to the arts and the theater arts in education. Most people will ask another color. One color that we'll also see in the band, which is predominant over the years for education, is gold. And I'll explain why I decided to use gold again. Most time when people talk about investing in something like wealth, they always say to buy gold. And to me, I think education is wealth and knowledge that is priceless. And it's not something you can put value on. And I think education, when you compare education to gold, it makes a perfect comparison. The band for me this year is very special and when it comes to the art. Over the years, I've had the opportunity to work with the Ministry of Education in terms of doing workshops in schools and specifically in during January, February in the arts and working with kids. And I can always say the art is something that helped me and I see it helping a lot of children also. Um, Over that period, some of the students I've had working in costumes workshop over those years, I currently have two in my that are currently working with me. And I can honestly tell you, when you give those children the opportunity in using the arts in school, the skills that they develop, especially when it comes to memorization and so forth, you put them back in the classroom and you'll see a different child again because they use that knowledge using throughout the arts and apply that into the regular studies and you'll see a vast improvement. So I want to encourage you to support the arts and support the band on the road. This is going to be one for the road. So that's all I'm going to say.
Thank you, Mr. Norris, and definitely that's something to look out for. And I think we might have a display. Yes, we will have a display, so you will get to see. He's a man of few words, but his words are very powerful, and I think maybe the action will speak louder than the words. So in a few minutes, we will see that piece. We're now going to draw our attention to the main road as Queen's College is going to do for us a dance. And this was performed at the recently concluded children's dance competition, Mashramani dance competition at the Cultural Center. And so I want to invite the Queen's College dance group, and they will be doing for us their piece that is dubbed The Origin of the Drums. So it's over to Queen's College and the musician to take it away for us. As the police just do their bit on the road, then our attention on the road. So we ready? Play something instrumental in an instrument. Something like
This is the African Renaissance Monument. This is liberation. This is the Martin Luther King's dream. This is emancipation. This is the hidden treasures of Timbuktu. This is tradition.
Bring the drums back. Let it resound from the Atlantic Ocean to the Niger Delta. Tell every publication in town that on this day the earth wept. I became the revolutionary vanguard of every mother's womb. The sun had to shine her bright forehead and a farikurubu. He wasn't playing stand-up like a kurubu. My mother became the guardian to this nation she carried. Navigating through life like a West African pilot. Now I fly higher than Mutala. No airport can tell when I land. My mom said, chill. God's cooking. This masterpiece isn't finished until after 9 months. I'm never one for tight boxes, so I mayweathered my way with a final punch. Now I stand on every mic like Sadie Insta blog. Daily, time after time, she knew this child would be a tribune. And I popped out looking like a national mirror, mirror. Who is the best of them all? Me.
Well done indeed, full of energy. And just to remind you that we're celebrating 55 years as a cooperative republic this year in 2025. Observing Mashramani under the theme, expressing our culture and creativity as one Guyana. Now we will hear from our permanent secretary. Please join me in welcoming P.S. Chaniel Hussein Autar.
Thanks, Marty. What talent we just saw, and that's what we call a traffic stopping performance. B Bishop's High School, so QC congrats on B Bishop's High School. I'm an old student, not so old, but I'm a student of the Bishop's High School, and you guys are doing pretty well. So good morning, colleagues, distinguished guests, students, and all those gathered here today. It's my great pleasure to stand before you as we launch the Ministry of Education's Mashramani Adult Band for 2025 under the theme, Expressing Our Culture and Creativity as One Guyana. This is a momentous occasion as it marks not only the celebration of our rich and diverse cultural heritage, but also the power of unity and creative expression. Mashramani, a word that carries so much history and significance, serves as an embodiment of Guyana's multicultural fabric. It's a time when we come together to celebrate our collective identity, reflecting the vibrancy of our people and the creative spirit that courses through our land. This year's theme reminds us that culture and creativity are not merely separate elements, but are deeply intertwined. Through culture, we learn who we are, and through creativity, we bring forth the future we envision. Our MASH committee and the designers have worked tirelessly to design and prepare for this year's event parade, and I know we're all excited to witness their hard work come to life. Now, what makes today's celebration even more special is the fact that we have the privilege of having one of our very own engineers, Chris Nelson, sing the song for this year's MASH band. Yay! This moment fills us with immense joy as it perfectly highlights that talent and creativity are not confined to any one field or profession. With that, please brace yourselves for a special dance which Dr. Tularam, Mr. Harda Deonarayan, Yolani, CPO, DCPO will perform for us, showcasing their hidden talent. As we march down this year, let's take pride in the expressions of our culture that we witnessed today and also carry them with us throughout the year. Let's continue to foster a spirit of creativity in our schools, in our communities, and in every aspect of our lives. Let us encourage the next generation of Guyana to not only celebrate the culture they inherit, but also to creatively shape the future of this nation with pride. So in closing, I thank everyone involved in making this launch a reality. Enjoy the festivities, and may we all be inspired to create, to express, and to unite in diversity that makes our beautiful one Guyana. Thank you.
Thank you so much, BS. Thank you very much for that indeed, and I do look forward to that dance coming up. I'm going to big it up personally, so I look forward to that. We're also going to have a next cultural piece, and so we have another show stopping, a road traffic stopping performance. We have with us the Jaro Dance School, and so I think they're ready now. I'm going to invite you once again to turn your attention to Brickdam so that we can enjoy this piece. So let's get ready for the Jaro Dance Group. Let's give them a round of applause.
Never seen no one like you. What I mean is, you stole my heart from the day I met you. Oh gosh, can't get over you. No, when they ask me, girl, where you from? You look so appealing. Hey, that's when I say, I'm from the land that could give healing with sweet medicine. Don't believe me? Take a trip in the market. Anything you want, you can find it right there.
All right, let's give it up for the Joro Dance School. Thank you very much for that piece. And that was what a way to introduce our next speaker. He is the person who has been the driving force behind much of what you're seeing. He's the coordinator of the MARSH activities, ladies and gentlemen. Please join me in welcoming the DCO Tech, Dr. Ritish Tularam.
Thank you very much to our Master of Ceremony, our DCO ahead, Mr. Marty D'Souza. Can we put our hands together and give him a huge round of applause? And of course, Marty is part and parcel of what is happening here. Kindly permit me to recognize in our presence here this morning, our permanent secretary, and we are so happy that she is here. Can we give her a huge round of applause? A hardworking, dynamic lady. Chair, kindly permit me as well to recognize in absentia the Honorable Minister of Education, who was scheduled to be here at this very momentous occasion. But of course, as we all know, she's in the Parliament this morning. I want to recognize as well all the DCOs, ACOs, heads of departments, education officers, our media personnel. I want to recognize Anisha and her team for taking the lead in ensuring that we are going live. Can we give the Learning Channel a huge round of applause as well? Indeed, it's a great pleasure to be here this morning as we launch, and as was mentioned by our PS, we are launching our Mashramani band here today. Of course, this will lead off to the road parade on the 23rd of February, which will be Sunday. And so, as usual, as customary, we will launch officially, and then we'll hit the road come the 23rd of February. Now, the information I'll be presenting here today is nothing new, but it's always good for us to be reminded from time to time as we celebrate these very auspicious activities within our calendar. And so Mashramani, celebrated in Guyana, is an exciting and colorful festival that marks the country's Republic Day on February 23rd each year. The term Mashramani comes from an Amerindian word meaning celebration after hard work. And the event symbolizes Guyana's transition from a British colony to a republic. The festival is marked by several vibrant traditions, including, and we have seen much of them, parades and street festivities, music and dance, cultural exhibitions, masquerade bands, community celebrations. And so one of the key highlights of Mashramani is the Grand Parade in Georgetown, the capital city. It is a colorful spectacle featuring elaborate costumes, and we learned and we heard from our designer who has been doing this for us for a number of years, Nielsen. And so when we come out on the road on the 23rd, which will be Sunday, we will see the elaborateness as it relates to our colorful piece. Floats, dance groups, and performers, with many people taking part in celebration of Guyana's cultural diversity. People wearing dazzling costumes, showcasing the rich traditions, as was mentioned by our permanent secretary in her remarks, and the history of our country, often blended with our multi-ethnic, multi-social society. The sound of calypso, soca, and music fills the streets with people joining in dance and song. The events also features traditional rhythms and modern music like reggae and hip-hop. Mashramani also celebrates Guyana's diversity with various cultural exhibitions showing the different ethnic groups, crafts, traditional foods, and dances. It is a great time to see the country's fusion of culture in one space. And so today, the Ministry of Education is launching its Mashramani band under the theme, Expressing Our Culture and Creativity as One Guyana, a theme that truly reflects the national vision of One Guyana, one people. It is the intention of the Ministry of Education that our band that we will be witnessing on Sunday, and of course benefiting from a snippet of it in another few minutes, depicts very strategically the focus for education and what we intend to do for 2025 and beyond. And so we can only realize that in a really collective and a collaborative fashion, so that we can ensure that we promote and advocate the diversity, the richness that we're celebrating as one people. And so I urge that we all come out and support our MASH team and our revelers as we united as one team to showcase our rich heritage and cultural diversities on Sunday, the 23rd of February, 2025. And so in closing, I will want to say on behalf of the Honorable Minister of Education, the Permanent Secretary, the Chief Education Officer, and the central leadership of the Ministry of Education, that we highly anticipate the support and the commitment of all our officers of the Ministry of Education, the various departments and agencies, that we come out on this day and we celebrate as a united team so that we can promote our cultural diversities, we can empower our diverse group to contribute to national development, we can respect and share and celebrate in a unique and a very respectful way what we do here as a team, as an education team. And so before I hand the microphone back to our Master of Ceremony, it will be remiss for me if I do not, at this point in time, recognize very heartfully the persons who would have worked to ensure that we are here today. And so I want to recognize the management team of the Mashramani committee that is led by some very dynamic, visionary, committed, dutiful persons who would have led us in the decision-making process in ensuring that, as was mentioned by our DCO Ahead, we would have successfully completed our children's Mashramani activities, and that was culminated by our road parade. And so I want to recognize our DCO admin, Ms. Harvey. Can we give them a round of applause, please? I want to recognize Mr. Hardat, Ms. Yolani, Ms. Odell. I want to recognize the officers of the Allied Arts team led by Mr. Nicholas Fraser. I want to recognize all our drivers, all our supporters and sponsors in ensuring that they stayed the course, and committedly we would have realized another successful event. And overarchingly, I want to recognize our Permanent Secretary, the Chief Education Officer, and the Ministry of Education. All I was doing is just guiding the team to ensure that we could have had another successful event. So with those few words, I say thank you very much, and I wish all of us a happy Mashramani. God bless us all.
Thank you very much, Dr. Tularam. And I must give you this piece of information. You see, age is just a number. And as we head into March, we expect that each one of you will be out there on the 23rd to join in the festivities. Yesterday, there was the energy conference, 5 kilometers run. And Uncle Morris, actually, who was 82 years old, he ran that race. And what's more, he's also visually impaired. And so, you see, age is just a number. And so that is an encouragement. I want to see each and every one of you out on the 23rd, celebrating as one Guyana. Sometimes you go to bed and you have all the nice plans that you want to do next day. And then, fate would have it that your plans would not come through as you wanted to. And so I know PS would have announced that we will be hearing from Chris. However, unfortunately, we would not be able to hear that today, but I can assure you that you will be hearing from him in due time. And so you will have to hold your breath just a little bit longer for that. At this time, we're coming down to the end of our program. And once again, I want to draw your attention to the main event for today, because at this time, we are going to be seeing for the first time Education's band they'll be giving us a little sample of what is to come. I want to draw your attention to Brickdam once more and invite our Education band for 2025. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Education Band 2025.
I come to express myself. I come to express myself.
Tell them,
I come to express myself.
watch this. Tell them, alright. This life is yours, on time to invest.
Watch everybody come to express.
Make some advice and reap the interest.
Watch everybody come to express. Expressing inside a class. Expressing just graduate. Expressing no eyes above.
Tell them what I'm saying. I divide the loss of what you expect. Hard work and sacrifice and no sweat. And upon the road approved by the event and another certificate I don't get. I don't qualify to know what could bet. Eight or certificate, you know then the breath. I wanna say I can't see it as straight. Tell them, I tell them I on the road.
Expressing inside a class. Expressing just graduate. Expressing no eyes above. I come to express myself with music. I come to express myself with culture. Just come and express yourself. Creativity. We come to express myself.
What we say, everybody.
Tell me I can.
Watch everybody rock away.
Don't tell me I can.
Rock and flap up with the game.
Don't tell me I can.
Come out, celebrate.
Don't tell me I
What
can.
we say? Now the earth bless, done bless, everything fest. Fully and best, everybody done bless. Think confess, all of this is. Release it just to tell we done bless. Do we confess, laying down test, singing everything, I think that them bless. Done bless, them bless. So we say, what we say, I tell them I on the road.
And let's give it up for the band. This is just a sample to come out on March Day. You will see 175 strong leading the band. Education will be taking part, of course, in the medium band category. So it's a 175 strong member. So we look forward to seeing each and every one of you out on March Day. So we have a song for you, and many of you might not have heard this before. That's because you would not have heard it before. This is coming out fresh out of Chris Nelson, our very own engineer. And so I'll ask our technical persons to kindly roll the song for us. Our very own engineer from the Ministry of Education. And of course, you'll be hearing more from him on March Day. Thank you, each and every one of you for coming out today. We have some refreshments before you leave. Ensure that you get something to eat before you head out of here. Thanks to all the organizers. Thanks to our police officers for keeping the traffic in control for us. Thanks to the Bishop's High. Thanks to Queen's College and all those who the Jerodan School, of course. Until I see you on the ground on March Day, do have a good day all. That's it from us. Bye-bye.